I'm going to show you how to edit and manage installments for patients. So let's take an example. I have a patient. I'm going to double click on the patient to open it. And then I go to the treatment plan, and I am making a treatment plan with implants. So this is the treatment plan. We are doing a series of these. We place implants, we place healing abutment, we make crowns, and all the amount of all these things is 22,000 dirhams. The patient says he would like to make an installment. So we click on installment, and this is showing what you want to edit an installment. So you have the full amount to pay. This is coming from the treatment plan, but you can change it if you want. You make it higher or you make it lower. So for the starting year, by default, it's the current year. But let's say you are in December, you want to start the year after, in January, you will just change the year. Then you go to starting month. The starting month will be the current month by default, or you can select whatever months you want. The execute day by default is 15, but you can make it from 1st to 30 of the month. And finally, the months, how many months you make the installment, and it's coming from 2 to 12. So I will change that, and I will say we go to 3. So now we get 3 months. We get the calculation, which is done exactly the same for all the months, but I want to change this one. I want to make this one a little higher. And then I have this little higher, and I have these two, which are coming recalculated for the same full amount. So that's the way to start with. Now we're going to save in history and print, and we click here, and it's processing. So we wait for that to be processed. It comes to this. You have the header of the clinic. It's an installment agreement for implant. What is this? This is the title of the treatment plan, which is coming automatically. And this is the name, identity of the patient, which is coming automatically. And then you have all the details here with the date of payment, October, November, December, and you have the amount, 12,000, 5,000, 5,000. And here you have the details of what you need to do. So 1, if you pay with post-dated checks, each checks will be deposited monthly on AccuDent Clinic Demo Bank. Okay, this is the bank that you've been filling and the link to the bank. So you have 2 options. You can put the bank of the practitioner if the practitioner is receiving money directly, or the bank of the clinic if the clinic is taking the money and the payment of the patient. 2 days before this date, so automatically the patient will receive an email with the amount that he will have to pay in 2 days. 2, if you pay by wire, please contact your bank to execute an automatic monthly payment to you. So if you have a bank, the bank details will come here automatically. If you pay by card, you will have to come back to the clinic to pay every month, and then automatically he will receive an email to come back. So this is what we have, and this can be printed or edited or saved. If you want to do an installment like this on 3 days, I come back because I want to show you something else. You can go to digital signature. Okay. In some cases, when you click on that, it will be refused. Why? You go to installment detail, and in installment detail that you already have 1 installment which is active. You can change active to inactive, and you can edit only 1 installment at the time for the same patient. You cannot make 2. 2 active will not work. But what you can do if you want to change the amount stay based on the balance that you have, you can mix up all that and edit a new amount to be done, and this will be a new installment. So now let's go back to the patient, and you receive a patient from the installment. So you go to payments, and in payments you click on installment. In installment you have this, you edit the installment and you say, yes, I want to pay 12,000 for this patient. So it will be paid on 15th of October, 10,000. It is all good. I can save. I go to installment and it goes directly to payment with the amount. You don't have to copy and paste or whatever. It is done automatically. We are going to make this payment today in cash and it is done. And by default, you see on the top of the patient's file, if there is an installment, you have the installment balance, which is going to be displayed automatically. So without going in payment, without going anywhere, you can know if the patient needs to pay something or not. So we go to a second payment. A second payment will be done in the same way. So we say, instead of paying 5,000, he's going to pay 4,000 because he has not enough money to pay 5,000. So we go here, the amount has been changed. We go to payment, 4,000. We make the payment of 4,000. And on top, the amount will be changed and the installment balance will be 6,000. So let's go again to the next payment. We do a next payment. We receive a payment of, again, 4,000. So instead of 6,000, and we know that now, based on all this payment in 1, 2, 3 months, the balance is 2,000. So it's not zero. So the patient did not follow up correctly all the payment. We make another payment of 4,000. It's done. And we go back to the installment because the installment was not followed in a good way. In this way, we have a balance of 2,000. And now we need to pay 2,000. How we can do it? Because all the lines are taken already. We are going to click on plus. On plus, you have 2,000 to pay, amount to pay 2,000. Let's say the patient knows that it's now. We need to write something here. We need extra payment. Extra payment is done for 2,000. We save, and in the payment, you will have the number of 2,000 coming automatically to finish the balance. The balance will be zero, so we get the payment, and the balance will be zero. All the installment has been done. So if you want to follow up the installment as in a clinic report, Basilis is the owner. We go to clinic report installment, and in installment you have all the patient's name who have some installment which have been done or not, and with the balance of all of them. You see that only this Sanjay Singh has been able to go to a balance zero. So if you want to check all that why you have all this amount, you go to this and you can export the file. I show you the file, and you can see the file with the balance of each of them, and you can check that with the accountant to check why they didn't pay and what's up with that. If you have a patient like this one, you double click and you have the details and you come directly to the patient's file. No need to look for it. It will be shown directly like this. So this is what I wanted to tell you about the installment. You have a lot of things to do in installment. It's very easy to do now. And you have the layout. I have been I show to you the installment. So the installment is here. You have the agreement. I double click on that, and you have the agreement of the patient, which is going to be sent. So you can modify that. You can modify the text. You can add the by default bank details based on the practitioner or on the clinic, and all is accessible to you if you want to manage the installment. I thank you for your attention.